from the sun-kissed island of Kauai, it's Animal Talking. Tonight, join Gary and his guests, Justin Roiland, Susan Orlean, and musical guests, the Elwins. And now, because premium content ain't gonna make itself, here's your host, Gary Whitta.
Oh my goodness. Adam.
Hello, Gary.
How I feel like I barely need to ask, but how are you?
Well, because I don't have the brutal panic anxiety attack like you do every day before the show, I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
But come on, under normal circumstances, I understand why I am, a lot more stressed out than, I'm a stressed out person. But boy, do we have some reasons to be stressed out tonight. Just to recap, we're a little late going live. If you're watching this on YouTube, you won't know the difference. But for those of us currently joining us live, we found out about 2 hours before the show that Nintendo, in a blatant show of disrespect for me and this show, decided to do scheduled online maintenance, basically bringing down all of its online connectivity features in preparation for its new August update on Wednesday night, right at the time when we go live every week. Like, they must have known. I'm starting, this might be deliberate. This might just be their way of sticking two fingers up at us. I don't know. Basically a denial of service attack is how I'm looking at it. We just got DDoS'd. And yet here we are. We have found a way. Life finds a way. We have found a way to make this work. Or have we? Because Justin Roiland, I'm seeing in the Discord, he says he thinks he's back. We might be able to fly him onto the island very, very quickly, very soon. Let's let me do. Look, I'm not gonna look at the Discord. I'm not gonna look at any kind of technical nonsense right now. Let's just do the show. First of all, of course, I always like to start the show by reminding you, please, you'll see it up there in the top right corner, youtube.com/GWhitta. That is the home of Animal Talking on YouTube. If you're watching the show live, of course, we're so glad that, to have you here. If it's not convenient for you to watch the show live, though, and there's Nightbot very kindly putting the link into the chat. And I think this might be, Adam, late-breaking developments. This might be the great Justin Roiland flying in right now to join us on the show. Let's see who it is. Hold on, here we go. We're going live. We're going live to our travel camera for late-breaking developments.
It could be anybody.
I mean, God, at this point, honestly, I'm willing to believe anything. It's Justin from the Isle of Squirt, because of course, is flying in right now. Flying in at the very last minute. The incredible, talented Justin Roiland, co-creator of Rick and Morty, and many other things that we're going to talk to him about this evening, is flying in right now. We're going to get our first look at him in just a moment. Adam, honestly, what a way to start the show. Like, it's all gone sideways already. And the audience loves it.
I hope he's dressed.
Love this. Here he comes. Oh, with his VR goggles. Oh my God. Okay, that is not what he wore. That is not what he wore to the sound check and pre-interview. I'm speechless. Adam.
Oh, man.
Wow. Okay. All right, let's just pretend that didn't happen. And hope that's just his traveling hat and not his talk show hat. That's my best hope at this point.
I hope it's the talk show hat.
Please do go to youtube.com/GWhitta. That is the home of Animal Talking on the web. If you're able to watch the show live, great. But for those who are not able to, we do archive all of our episodes, plus clips, music, and all the Danny's Diary, all kinds of other goodies. By the way, we have a new Danny's Diary for you tonight. That's coming up later in the show. Don't go anywhere. youtube.com/GWhitta. Please go check that out and like, subscribe, hit that bell, do all the things that you're supposed to do. We'd love to have you join our happy little YouTube family over there. What are you laughing at? What's so funny? You still laughing at the hat?
I'm laughing at the fact that it says in the chat Gary Whitta used /ad permitted term cum.
We're so cancelled. No, this is gonna. We're not gonna last much longer than this, Adam.
Am I gonna have to blur his hat on the YouTube?
Why am I getting these alerts? What the hell are these alerts? Why am I getting these? I just turn those. I'm getting default alerts. Those aren't supposed to happen. What is going on? This show is going to be a train wreck. A train wreck. All right, I turned off the alerts. I'm rolling with the punches as best I can here, Adam. Thank goodness we've got classy, talented guests. They are the only thing that can save us at this point. We're going to get to those in just a moment. Yes, youtube.com/GWitter, the home of Animal Talking, also the home of Animal Crossing Mornings with Gary, where this whole ridiculous enterprise began. And now also, of course, the home of our new show, Dungeon Crossing, which I'm proud to throw up on the screen here with our wonderful new logo, as provided by Econaut, who did the Animal Talking logo as well. Dungeon Crossing, as Animal Crossing Mornings begat Animal Talking, so too does Animal Talking beget Dungeon Crossing, a new show where we play, you and me, Adam, and Shannon Woodward and Brian Gray, under the auspices of Tanya DePass, aka Cypher of Tyr, our Dungeon Master. We learn how to play Dungeons and Dragons, which is something we've never learned how to do before. We learn how to play, and we do it all live inside Animal Crossing. And we've done 2 episodes already. They've been very, very popular. We've really enjoyed doing it. We're taking this weekend off, but we'll be back next Saturday, August 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific, and we co-stream that both here on my channel and over on Cypher's channel. Please do go check that out. That's a show that we've really, really enjoyed doing, and we hope to do more. But there's no point doing it if you don't watch. So please watch. All right, okay. We have Justin on the island. We have my first guest on the island as well. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna sit behind my host chair where I'm most comfortable. It's my safe space, Adam. Where my desk protects me from
nothing
all
could
scary
possibly
things.
go wrong.
Oh my god. My first guest is a very, very talented and accomplished writer. She's a New York Times best-selling author. She's written for the New Yorker and done all kinds of other wonderful things that I want to talk to her about tonight. Please welcome to the show the very talented and delightful Susan Orlean.
I'm excited. Here I come.
You should be. Get down these stairs.
Ah!
Here she is. Look at you.
I want to be able to wave my hands like that.
Look at how delightful you look. Look at this.
Ew.
Look at that. We got you covered here. Susan, are you watching the stream? Are you able to see yourself on the couch right now?
Yes, and I have to say, I think I look fabulous.
Well, I mean, you're not alone. You look absolutely delightful, and I'm very, very glad that we were able to put you. Our wardrobe department was able to put you in something you were pleased to be seen stepping out in. You mentioned to me that you wanted to dress up, right? You wanted to wear something fancy for the show tonight.
Well, after 5 months of wearing sweatpants and pajamas, I felt like tonight was the night that I was going to kind of, paint the town red, or pink as it is.
Red hair, pink dress. It's very color coordinated. It's very wholesome. I really like this dress. It's very cute.
It is actually very wholesome.
This is a wholesome.
Kind of like that.
This is a wholesome show. This is a family show. Although you'd never know it from the way that Justin Roiland just rolled up.
Right.
We try to make this a family show as much as possible. I do think that we're doomed at this point, but we'll keep going until somebody tells us to stop. But for the meantime, Susan Orlean, my goodness, thank you for classing this joint up. You are a very distinguished person, as I mentioned in the little intro there. New York Times best-selling author. We're going to talk about some of the wonderful books you've written. You write for the New Yorker, which is like the classiest publication out there. And it occurred to me, Adam, I need to go back into the archives and just double-check this. But Susan, I think you might be the only guest we've ever had on the show who has been played in a movie by Meryl Streep.
Yeah, well, go through your list of previous guests, because it is a small sorority. And I would say, unless I'm missing something, I probably am the only Meryl Streep I'm probably the only person that she has embodied that has been on your show.
I mean, she is in so many movies, and she does, so many of these, biographical movies. I am still holding out hope that she will get around to me sooner or later, because she's such a chameleon as an actress. I feel like she could actually pull me off if you take my meaning.
Well, actually, she's talked to me about how she's been studying you, but she's going to play you as an Animal Crossing figure. So.
I mean, if we ever do Animal Talking the movie, I feel like you've got to connect me with Meryl, because she would be my first choice.
Yeah, done.
We'll make.
In fact, let's see if we can get her on here right now. That would be kind of.
I'm sure you've got her on speed dial. Let's get Meryl Streep on this show. Can you? I have a very bad habit. I've got to admit this, Susan. I have a lot of people on the show, and I end up just pestering them to get their more famous friends on the show. I mean, let me ask you this: do you still talk to Meryl Streep? Are you buddies now, having worked on that movie together?
Yeah, we are, and I did not meet her before the film was shot. I thought she was going to come and sort of study me and learn the way that I pronounce things and study my gestures and mannerisms. And I was waiting, and I kept telling people at the New Yorker that any day now she was going to show up and sit and study me. I finally said something to the producers one day to the effect of, when is Meryl going to come and study me? And they said, oh no, we already filmed all of her scenes.
Oh.
And I
did that bum you out a little bit?
Oh my God, I was crushed. I was absolutely crushed. When I met her, though, she was wonderful, and she was also very funny, because she apologized to me and said, "Oh God, I'm so sorry for what we've done to you in the movie." And even though I felt great about it and thought she was amazing, but she was very funny about the fact that she was portraying me as a drug-addled murderer. It happens. But then we have stayed in touch, and she's really just about as nice and smart and cool and unpretentious as you would expect.
I mean, is she cool enough that she would want to do this show? That's the big question. Do you think we can get her on Animal Talking?
Wow. That's this may be after her bedtime.
That's fair enough. I mean, honestly, these days it's after mine. I honestly would rather be in bed right now than doing this show. There's nowhere I'd rather be most times of the day than in bed. Let's see. If you have a fun time on the show and you want to drop a little text to Meryl and say, hey, you might enjoy doing our show, by all means, of course, we would love to have her. She could guest host. Brie Larson was on the show last week, and she was excited about the prospect of guest hosting. She might come back. Meryl Streep, though, as well. My goodness, what a
yeah. It would be great. And she's very, very funny, which, I mean, I think that she's played enough pretty funny roles in movies that people aren't surprised by that. But she's really funny, and
I have no
she
doubt.
would be. In fact, if I were you, I'd feel a little threatened. She could take over your job.
Honestly, she's welcome to it. At this point, I'm over it. I've done 20-something of these shows. The novelty wears off after a while. Although not right now, because as I said to you before the show, Susan, the biggest gift of doing this show is getting to meet wonderful, interesting people that I usually would never meet. Because here you are. And I'm very excited to have you here. You mentioned to me also that, because I thought this was fascinating, because I know you're not like a video game type person, as many of our guests are. And I asked you, do you have any idea what you're getting yourself into here? And I sent you clips, and you seem very amused by it. And you mentioned to me also that your son now finally thinks you're cool because you're on Animal Talking.
Right. I mean, this is, first of all, I downloaded Discord a few months ago, not because I'm cool, but because I realized it was the only way I could let him know that dinner was ready. So I already had Discord downloaded.
So you had a leg up. That's great.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, it's a losing battle when you have a teenager to appear cool. It's just not, it's not appropriate for a parent to appear cool, no matter how cool you are.
And yet, look at you right now. It's super cool.
With my pink dress and everything. I mean, how could you do better than this?
We had a very distinguished professor on last season, Professor Tom Nicholas, who's a professor at the Naval War College, and he does all the new cable news shows, Morning Joe and Meet the Press. He does all these very auspicious shows, and he mentioned to me that after he did Animal Talk, it was the first time that his daughter thought he was cool. So we are very good at making uncool people cool. That's kind of our specialty around here.
Yeah, well, that was a huge motivation for me agreeing to come on. So I want to thank you in advance for helping me become a better parent.
We do what we can around here, from one parent to another. We got to help each other out. I do want to talk to you about your whole oeuvre, really. But first of all, because we touched on it already with the Meryl Streep thing, do have to ask you about The Orchid Thief, because it is probably your most famous book, very, very famously turned into the movie adaptation, written by Charlie Kaufman. And it's a movie I very much related to as a screenwriter, because that's my day job. I'm a screenwriter. And I thought it was fascinating the way that, he kind of turned it into not just an adaptation of the book, but a movie about the process of adapting the book, and, basically kind of all of his neuroses and everything that that went into the process of trying to figure out how to turn that book into a movie. I'm sure you've spoken about this a million times before, but I've never asked you about it, so I'd like to. When you first read that script and realized that he'd basically gone in this radical direction with how to adapt it, what was your first thought? Were you excited about that? Did you think, what the hell is this guy doing? What was your first reaction when you realized how they wanted to turn your book into this movie?
My first reaction was that it was insane. And I had I was absolutely, my jaw was dropped. I could not figure out what they thought they were doing. I couldn't understand why the movie was supposedly written by two people, Charlie and Donald Kaufman.
Because Donald doesn't exist.
Well, you never know. Maybe he does.
Who knows?
But what I said to the producer, you can't do this. I said, you can't use my name. It's going to ruin my career. He said, oh, come on, please. Just remember, everybody in the movie is letting us use their real name. And I said, well, that's fine. That's their business. But this will ruin my career if it portrays me as somebody who got romantically involved with someone I was writing about.
Right.
It's just, it's unethical.
Journalistic,
it's immoral.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he persisted. And he kept saying, well, come on, everybody else looks worse than you in the movie.
The best of a bad bunch.
That was a great selling point. So I said, no, you just, all right, you can go ahead and make the movie, because they had the option to the book. So I couldn't stop them from making the movie, but I said, you just can't use my name.
Right.
Then he said to me, but how are you going to feel when we show your book on screen, but with another person as the author?
Uh-huh.
And I have to say it was a very clever move, because the minute, any writer would say to you, never, over my dead body am I going to allow my book to be shown with some other writer, some fictitious name as the author. I just said, no, you're showing my book on screen. It has to have my name. So they got me, they hooked me. They figured out exactly where my ego was. And, the next day I woke up and I just said, all right, fine, you can do it. Go ahead. And the only thing that I objected to was in the original draft of the screenplay, they had, Charlie had many scenes of me as a child with my parents. And he portrayed my parents as real goofballs. And I said, look, I get the joke, but I'm not sure my parents are going to get the joke. So maybe you don't need to include my parents. And he toned down the portrayal. As anybody who's seen adaptation knows, they never ended up in the final cut of the movie. But
Right.
I was more worried for them, just thinking that they wouldn't quite, that their friends wouldn't get the joke and that they would end up being embarrassed. Whereas I figured, I can take it.
So
But it was a weird experience.
You obviously were. It sounds like you were quite skeptical about this very different approach to adapting your book. I mean, I'm not sure if you did, but at what point did you come around and realize, okay, yeah, this is going to be cool. This is a clever way to adapt my book? Because the movie obviously is very celebrated as being a brilliant and very unconventional way to approach an adaptation of a book. It's very meta. Was there a point where you went, okay, I get it now. This is cool.
Yeah, I mean, certainly I couldn't quite tell from reading the script how it was going to all come together. When they cast Meryl Streep, I began thinking, all right, they're serious. They're going to try to make this really good. When I saw the first rough cut of the movie, it was a mess, and my heart sank, and I thought, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? But then when I saw it the second time, where it was finished, because really seeing a rough cut of a movie is already a difficult thing if you don't understand what
first cut never looks good. Always a mess.
Oh my God, it was horrible. I mean, it was really long, and it didn't make sense, and they didn't have the real music in, and and also I was in shock. I was watching it and kind of thinking, oh my God, what have I agreed to? But then the second time I saw it, I got it. It clicked, and I've seen it now many, many times, and each time I see it, I actually appreciate it more. I think it's really brilliant, and I feel really grateful that that's the version of the book that ended up out in the world rather than just a conventional one.
I'm going to drop the link to your website into the chat right now, and also just pop over there right now so people can see your website over at susanorlean.com. And this is a great place to go if you're interested in Susan's writing. You've written some amazing books, but for whatever reason, I don't know why. I guess because I'm fascinated in kind of the golden age of Hollywood and things like that, and Hollywood history. That I was fascinated to learn that you wrote a book about Rin Tin Tin. Why? So this is so interesting to me. What made you write a book about a famous Hollywood dog actor?
Yeah, well, first of all, just as a given, I love dogs, so that kind of exists as a precondition of doing this book. But when I was little, I was obsessed with German Shepherds. And I was really too young to have watched Rin Tin Tin on television, but I knew of him, and my grandfather had a Rin Tin Tin figurine on his desk. And I wanted a German Shepherd so badly, and I didn't grow up with a dog. I didn't get a dog till I was 13. So when I was little, I just fantasized about having a dog. Well, fast forward into, the year 2000, and I was writing a story for The New Yorker about animal actors, and in particular, the people who issue the no animals were harmed in the making of this film.
Okay, yeah.
And this is a film and television unit of the American Humane Society, and they have people on film sets making sure that animals are being taken care of and being treated properly. And I did a story about it because it's actually both really valuable and also occasionally very goofy. Like if you have a spider in a movie, there are rules about how long the spider is allowed to work before he gets a break. And a spider doesn't have to be in a scene with the kind of animal that spiders don't like. And it gets very crazy. And kind of funny. But then also they're making sure that dogs and cats and horses and so forth don't get hurt in the filming of any film or television.
Right.
But while I was doing the research on this and learning about the history of animals in Hollywood, I came across the Wikipedia page for Rin Tin Tin. And the first thing it said was that Rin Tin Tin was born in 1918 on a battlefield in World War I.
Oh, wow.
And I just said, what? I thought Rin Tin Tin was a character on television in 1960. You know, I had no idea there was a real dog. And the story behind it was so amazing that I just thought, I've got to write about this. He was actually a puppy of a German war dog. And he was found on battlefield in France during World War I by an American soldier who brought him back to the U.S. and then discovered the dog was really talented. He could jump. He could clear a fence of like 11 feet. He was an amazing athletic dog. And he was also really smart and really trainable. And this young soldier decided to try to get him into movies. And at that time, movies were silent. And a lot of movies were starring animals. There were something like 60 different German Shepherds who were starring in movies. And this was in the 1920s. And Rin Tin Tin, you know, ended up becoming the most prominent of all of them. I mean, it was an amazing story.
It sounds like an amazing story. My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really, really, really interesting. And it also was, in many ways, the story of Hollywood, because Rin Tin Tin became a star at the moment that Hollywood really came into being, and then went from being a silent film star to being starring in movies when sound came into movies. And then he ended up in television. He's sort of obviously not the same dog who was found in 1918, but his son and then his grandson and so forth ended up spanning all of the history of Hollywood. It was really cool, really fascinating book to write.
I got to read this book. Susan, obviously I've been a fan of yours as a writer for many years. I've been an admirer of yours for a long time. But the reason why you are on the show tonight and what brought you to my attention, like at this particular moment, was for something quite different, for which you've been very celebrated recently. You recently had quite a bit of rosé and went on a bit of a drunken Twitter tirade, which seemed to capture the imagination of people everywhere. I'm gonna go over here real quick. Here you are in the Washington Post. Susan Orlean explains her drunken viral Twitter thread, candy-coated fennel seeds and the comfort of cats. Here you are in Vogue. In Vogue, Susan Orlean's epic drunken tweets were the pandemic comic relief we need right now. And, you know, people can go find the tweets. But my particular favorite one of yours, and I think this might be some of your best work, is I am being shunned by my family because I am drunk. Yes, okay, I am fine with that. Fuck you, you fucking fuckers. And I just think this is a remarkable piece of writing that you went on. And I was so fascinated to talk to you about it. Tell me about what happened here. And I guess, were you surprised? I mean, people go on Twitter rants all the time. That's pretty much 90% of the platform. And yet something about the way in which you did it really seemed to just delight people and went viral. And here you are now doing interviews in... I guarantee you, if I went and did this, if I went and told a bunch of people to go fuck themselves on Twitter, nobody would care. But when you did it, it somehow captured the hearts of the nation. And here you are doing all this press about it. What happened? And did the reaction to it surprise you?
Oh my God. The reaction absolutely, completely surprised me. I had gone over to my neighbors, and their horse had just given birth, and so we had gone over to see the little foal. And then they said, "Oh, you want to come on up? We'll have a glass of wine." And we joined them and had a glass of wine, and then another, and I guess another, maybe another. And when I got up to leave, I realized that I was really drunk, and I hadn't eaten much all day, so that contributed to my troubles. And we got home, and I mean, the room was spinning. So I gobbled some food and got into bed and thought, that's it. But my phone was sitting here, and of course, you know what that's like.
Oh, yeah.
Your phone is next to you, and the next thing you know, and my room, I had most of the lights off in my room, and I was in bed in my pajamas under the covers, and I just started tweeting without really paying much attention, and with certainly not correcting my typos. And I was doing it half to amuse myself, half because I was genuinely just ranting and raving about anything and everything. And stream of consciousness, just because you know how that is. And I didn't really pay attention. Like when I would write the tweets and just post them, I would just go on to the next one and write another one and post it. And so I wasn't following the explosion. When at some point in the evening, my husband came into the room and said, "I've been getting some calls from people asking if your Twitter account had been hacked." And I said, "No, it didn't get hacked."
Hacked by Rose?
Yeah. And he said, "Are you sure you should be tweeting in your condition?" And I said, I'm fine. And he said, all right, whatever, and left. And I continued tweeting without giving it much further thought. In the morning when I woke up, I was kind of blown away, as you can imagine.
Here's the amazing thing. And I guess my theory is what people were delighted by, Susan, was kind of the juxtaposition between your reputation, which is as a very accomplished and erudite author, you know, a proper wordsmith, and the stuff that you were putting out on Twitter, which was just like a train wreck, but like the most delightful kind. And I'm just looking at some of the queer. A professor from Tufts said, "You never expect drunk Susan Orlean. Twitter is the thing that's going to cheer you up after a crappy week. Here we are." The New York Times. "Honestly, drunk Susan Orlean is the best thing to happen in this garbage year, and I appreciate her for bringing us all together." I don't know if you've seen it, Susan, but people have done dramatic readings of these tweets. Like people really embraced this.
It's so funny. I mean, honest to God, you know, there is no way. Someone said to me, "You weren't really drunk, were you?" And I said, well, God, yes. I mean, nobody could have written that nonsense if they were sober. And it would be hard to kind of perform this persona of somebody who's drunk. I mean, I just can't even, and nor would I want to. So it really was very kind of genuine, and somehow it triggered something where people felt, I mean, look, it's been a horrible year. It's been an absolutely horrible year.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Everything, you know, all anybody does is worry about the pandemic and complain and fight with each other and worry about the future. And, you know, it's just been terrible. Maybe it just was so ridiculous and so absolutely out of left field that people thought it was funny and you know, and harmless. I mean, I wasn't...
And very human.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny because the next day someone said to me, when you woke up, were you mortified? And I said, no, I wasn't mortified. I didn't say anything mean about anybody. I mean, yes, I was making fun of my family, but who hasn't? But if I had said horrible things, I would have been mortified. We all have at one point or another in our lives had too much to drink. So I wasn't mortified. I was actually slightly amused and figured people got a kick out of it. I'm glad they got a kick out of it.
You brought a lot of joy to a lot of people. And again, speaking as one writer to another, although you're in a completely different league to me, one of the things that I really appreciated in terms of the craftsmanship was I felt like even in your diminished, somewhat addled state, your storytelling craft was still at work. Like you actually did weave a narrative here. I'm falling down drunk, first time in ages. Where is my kitty? Here is my drunk comfort animal. Followed by, I would like some candy. By the way, where exactly is my fucking cat when I need him? But then later you posted a picture of the cat and it's like it brought the story to a resolution. So I felt like the story had an arc to it. Like I felt like even whether you want to or not, Susan, you were, applying your storytelling craft.
Well, thank you. I actually really appreciate that. And I also was trying to tell people about the story of going to see this newborn horse, which was quite miraculous. And it did trigger the celebratory rosé. So there was a bit of a story there to tell. And, I guess that is probably why it struck people differently from someone just ranting like illogically and without any kind of context. And my cat just came and sat next to me now, by the way. So I realize he hasn't joined in our talk show here, but he has appeared as he always does right at the right moment.
I just want to say, I count me among all the people that really, really enjoyed those tweets. I'm going to bring Justin Roiland on in just a moment. I really want to get you two guys on the couch together. I think that would be wonderful. But just before he comes on, I want to ask, just to round out the conversation here. You've been on Twitter for 13 years, and Twitter can be a bit of a hellscape, but there are also wonderful things that happen on it. Talking to you specifically as a writer, do you enjoy Twitter as a medium? Do you feel like you could, do you approach it as another medium in which you can kind of apply your trade as a writer, or is it just an outlet for you to kind of track what's going on in the world and occasionally dispense some thoughts? How do you approach Twitter creatively as an author?
Well, I think that it's a really good exercise, particularly back when it was 140 characters. I found it kind of a wonderful challenge to see, could I write something that had any substance that was 140 characters long?
Right.
And I think it was about developing a certain kind of voice, which is actually what I think makes Twitter interesting to follow. I mean, some people just are posting news, and that's also one of the great things about Twitter. But the people who end up being interesting to follow, they actually have managed to project some kind of voice and it's fascinating to see that you can do it in such short space.
Yeah,
so
it really is a form unto itself.
It really is. And I began on Twitter when I was living out in the country, writing a book, and was alone or just with my husband a lot of the time, and I missed the kind of chit chat of an office. And then someone introduced me to Twitter, and suddenly I thought, oh, I can have that chit chat that you have at an office. It's just a global office with a bunch of people I don't know, but it really did feel that way to me. Felt like a little water cooler conversation that could go in a lot of different directions. And it really kept me company when I was working on the book and didn't see a lot of people during the day.
Yeah, I have a very similar approach to it as you. As a writer who works from home, I don't, have a lot of, interaction in the real world with people. And one of the reasons why I'm so prolific on Twitter is that's my outlet. That's how I interact with people most of the time.
Yeah, well, and I still really like it for that purpose. It's changed certainly in 13 years. It's a very different platform than it was 13 years ago, but I still find that it's a place that I can go and interact with people, read stuff, catch up on the news, say a few things, and then go back to my work. And I check in several times a day, and I enjoy it.
I want to bring my next guest on stage right now. I'm going to ask Susan to scooch down the couch a little bit. I love it when our guests interact. Here we go. Got some pro-level avatar puppeteering going on right now, because it is time to bring on our next guest. A friend of mine. I've known him for a while. A really, really nice guy. And, of course, super, super duper talented. You know him probably most likely as the co-creator of Rick and Morty, one of the best shows on television. But he's also doing all kinds of other stuff that I want to give him the opportunity to talk to us about. Please welcome to the show, so lucky to have him, the incredible, talented Justin Roiland. Let's get us down these stairs and on this set. Here he is. Oh, he's still wearing the hat. Okay. All right. That's a choice.
Sorry.
That's a choice.
Sorry, guys.
Susan,
I didn't know if...
I've been apologizing to Susan from the beginning about this.
Sorry. I'm
wow.
sorry, Susan.
Sorry. I guess... Yeah. Wow.
When you... Just so the backstory here, when we put people on the show, I asked them to send me an approved headshot that I can use in our promotional materials. Yeah. Justin's assistant sent me a very wonderful, beautifully photographed, respectable headshot of Justin that I was very happy to use. But then when Justin saw, and the poster was all ready to go, and when Justin saw it, he said, no, pull that, I'm not having that. This is the approved picture. And he sent me the one that I actually ended up using that you saw at the top of the show, where it looked like Justin had been involved in some kind of coprophilia type incident that was very disturbing.
No, it's just chocolate, just delicious Hershey's chocolate.
But I had just booked Susan on the show, and when I knew that I was going to have to reveal it, Susan, didn't I texted you, right, and said, you should know that Justin's coming on the show, has a very gross headshot, and I don't want you to get freaked out when you see it. But fortunately, Susan, you did take it in good humor.
Yeah, well, I appreciated the forewarning, because when you sent this to me, and I wasn't familiar with the show, so I thought, all right, let me see who else this, who this good-looking guy is that's going to be the other guest. And then there was that. And I thought, all right, maybe I misunderstood. Maybe I don't know what this show is really all about. But I decided, I'm an adventurous journalist. I'm here to experience life in its fullest, and this was an opportunity.
Now, Susan, I would also have warned you about the hat, but I didn't know about it until I saw it 20 minutes ago when Justin first showed up.
Can I just say that I asked my friend to be my stylist for this, and she gave me my stuff, and I put it on, and I didn't question it, and the outfit was too much, so I put on a regular. I did overrule on the outfit. I was like, okay, that's not. But the hat, I felt like, look, I don't want to bum out my stylist. I'll wear the hat,
Well, as I said to Susan, I do love it when people make an effort and dress up on the show. So, Justin, thank you for putting a lot of thought into your show clothes tonight. I think that everyone appreciates it.
Yes.
Justin,
are you wearing those Google Glass? Are you wearing Google Glass?
Yeah. This is what I hope the future of VR will look like. Nice, slim, easy, low-profile design, mobile. VR, with pass-through,
T-Pain actually wore that same headset when he came on the show in season 1.
Yeah, he's a big gamer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, big time gamer. Justin Roiland, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm delighted to have you. I've been trying to get you on the show for a long time. I'm so glad it finally worked out.
Yes, I'm happy to be here.
You are, of course, best known as the co-creator with Dan Harmon of Rick and Morty. And I'm sure, I know you've heard it all at this point, but I never get tired of saying it. Not only one of the funniest shows on television, but also I genuinely believe some of the best science fiction being done in any medium, period. It's just fantastic stuff.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, we're huge sci-fi nerds, pop culture nerds, and just science nerds. So we would weave a lot of that stuff in, actual science stuff into, like, you know, some variation of an amazing sci-fi movie from the 80s that we all loved, or whatever it is that we were doing in an episode. So it's pretty surreal to see the reaction to the show, you know, and the fan base that's grown. It's pretty awesome.
I want to ask you, since I've got you both on the couch right now, Susan and Justin, are you familiar with each other's work? Justin, have you read any of Susan's books? And Susan, have you ever seen any Rick and Morty?
I have not, and that is not any sort of comment on this or its value or merit. So I'm kind of psyched to be introduced to it.
Justin, we got to get her a box set. Get her a box set.
I think there might be one coming, actually, a box set with all 4 seasons. But I've read all your book. No, I'm kidding. I haven't even read a book in so long. Like all my time has been work and then video games and making video games. So yeah, it's like I've been really entrenched in just video games across the board. I do need to read, man. I've got a massive backlog of books.
My backlog of books and TV and movies and video games. It's shameful. I'm glad it's not just me.
Across the board, yeah, all of that stuff too.
You know what would be kind of cool is if, like, suddenly a pandemic occurred and people had to stay home.
The weird thing is, Susan, I've never been busier, even though I'm locked at home.
I mean, that's the thing. Like for me too. Like video games, you know, we were a semi-distributed. My video game studio is called Squanch Games, and we were semi-distributed, and now we're fully distributed. Everyone's checking in their work from home, and it's working really, really well. We're on schedule. Everything's moving great. And same thing with animation. Everybody can, you know, we found that you can continue working from home. It's all coming out of the brains of talented people onto the paper or you know, the computer.
So, Justin, I want to talk to you about many of the things that have been keeping you so busy. Of course, let's talk about Rick and Morty first. I'm actually a little bit behind. I'm watching it on Hulu, but I'm a little bit behind. Just remind me, where are we right now? You're done with season 4 and working on season 5?
Correct. Yeah, season 5 is in production. Yeah, right now.
And you've got, I mean, so Adult Swim came in and gave you this massive order for, like, how many episodes are you contracted to make for Adult Swim?
70. So once we get through that order, we would be at a total of 101 episodes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is pretty incredible. I mean, I don't know where we'll be as a society, you know, by the time we're crossing the threshold on that last season airing. And I'm not saying it's the last, like, season ever. It's just that first kind of order, that big giant order. You know, we might be living in a Last of Us style, you know, post-apocalyptic society.
I mean, honestly, the internet is the only thing that's keeping us from that at this point. If the internet goes down, I think we're done.
Yeah, I agree. I also think the internet is causing a lot of craziness too, but that's my own personal take on it. You know what I mean?
Do you feel any pressure or any stress about, you know, obviously you hit the jackpot with Rick and Morty. People love it. It's just an incredibly well crafted show. The writing is just top notch across the board, again, both in terms of comedy and, you know, dealing with some really, really, you know, kind of mind-bending science fiction concepts that, you know, you just usually wouldn't see outside of, you know, really out there, you know, kind of sci-fi literature. And that's one of the reasons why I think so many people have responded to the show. But when you get this mega order, was there any kind of like, oh my God, like, could we sustain this for like a really long period of time? Like, can the show continue to be this good for this long?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, it was exciting, but also it was a bit daunting, just based off of how production has gone on the show historically. It was like, oh man, this is a lot. This is going to be like we're going to be doing these for a long time, and obviously the desire is to keep the bar of quality as high as we possibly can on the show. So, but I didn't think too deeply about it. It wasn't like I wasn't freaking out or overwhelmed or anything. It was just sort of like, okay, let's focus on what's right ahead of us, and that tends to get you through stuff, one step at a time, rather than, like, oh God, we have to break 70 stories.
Now,
but yeah,
of course, I imagine many people know this, but for the few in the back that don't, you're not only the co-creator of Rick and Morty, you also do the voice of both Rick and Morty. I never ambush people about this on, I just right out of the box. I always do ask ahead of time, and we did talk about this, but we've had tremendous luck with very talented voice actors and actors in general who have come on, and we've always managed to do a little bit for, Josh Gad was on the show and he gave us some Olaf from Frozen. Matthew Mercer was on the show and gave us some Captain Levi from Attack on Titan, and even Alex Winter.
I love those guys.
Oh my God. And Alex Winter came on and busted out the most amazing Bill S. Preston Esquire, Be Excellent to Each Other, and it really
that's amazing.
Did give us all a nerdgasm. Would you be so good as to give us a little Rick and Morty?
I'll make you a deal.
Okay.
If you tell us what it was like working with Kathleen Kennedy, I'll do the voices.
Oh, she was an absolute delight, Justin.
She was delightful. I'm just noticing from the outside looking in to the Star Wars fandom, they seem to dislike her for some reason. I'm like, what's going on?
Well,
so
Justin, I can only speak from my own personal experience, and I had. Look, working on Rogue, I'm not going to be funny here as much as I would like to be, but I had a delightful experience working on Rogue One. My name will be up there in the blue letters forever. I got to contribute a little piece to the Star Wars universe.
Oh man, geez. Keep going. I want to hear about Kathleen Kennedy. Morty, we're gonna find out about what the real deal is with this Kathleen Kennedy character. Yeah, the Star Wars people don't like her, man. I don't know. I keep watching these Star Wars videos on YouTube, and people don't like her. Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I'm not a Star Wars fan myself. I'm sort of outside of the bubble there. But if we can get a little dirt on Kathleen Kennedy, see what the real deal's going on in there, might help diffuse some of this. Some of these Star Wars fans, all up in arms about this. Yeah, Rick, let's find out. Gary, what happened, Gary? What did she do?
Kathleen Kennedy, oh my God. Kathleen Kennedy gave me the best job of my life, and I'll always be grateful to her for it. The problem, you're watching Star Wars videos on YouTube, you got to cut that shit out, because you'll go down a rabbit hole and never escape.
The Star Wars videos are entertaining, and also, did Kathleen Kennedy, was she mean? Did she make you rewrite your script a bunch? What happened?
No, I just got fired and someone else rewrote it for me.
Give it to him, Morty.
They made it easy, so don't worry, Gary. Someone else will do it for you. We got you. We got you.
Okay, all right, great. Now we the burning questions have been answered.
Justin, thank you. You made me pay a high price, but it was worth it to get a little Rick Sanchez and Morty out of you. Thank you so much. Of course. I want to talk to you about some of the other stuff that's been keeping you busy. You have this, as if one hit animated sci-fi show on TV isn't enough for you. You have this other thing now, Solar Opposites on Hulu. I'm going to show a little preview in just a moment, but give me the quick and dirty. What is Solar Opposites?
Solar Opposites. It's a show that I developed with Mike McMahon, who worked on Rick and Morty as well.
I know Mike. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's my partner, co-creator on that, and Josh Bicel is also very high. It's like that's the kind of creative brain trust on the show, and the show is basically a family of aliens. Well, I say family loosely. It's two adults and their replicants. Their home world was obliterated by an asteroid, and leading up to the impact, they prepared 100 groups 4 and sent them all out in space, along with a pupa, which holds the DNA. In its DNA, it holds all the information of the home world, and can terraform a planet. And the goal was to just keep the species alive. And they're plant-based, so they can reproduce by, having special soil, and that all comes from the pupa once it sort of terraforms. But anyway, the show follows a group that land on Earth. And it's just a fantastic show. Kind of, it's really an immigrant story, and it's being able to tell really funny stories through the eyes of these aliens that don't really understand our culture. And one of them is very, very entrenched in human pop culture and video games and sports and entertainment, and really, really sort of has the glass half full perspective on humanity. And then the other one, the other adult, is a bit more glass half empty, like, seeing all of the negative in humans and pollution and so on and so forth. But and then their 2 replicants are going to school, and there's a lot of fun there. And then the replicants are also shrinking down humans and putting them in their wall in their bedroom. So there's like there's a big subplot with that, and that's basically the show. It's a really, really fun show. I'm super proud of it, actually.
It might be easier just to show the clip. I think that might help. Before we do that, though, Adam does this every week. Justin, can you, because you'll get annoyed if I don't do this, will you please acknowledge Adam's Rick Sanchez cosplay over there? Because he's obviously put a lot of effort into it.
Oh yeah. Hey, great work. The hair's a little off, but can you dye the hair different colors in this game?
But only like 8 different presets. It's not like like 256 different gradients or whatever. It's you get what you get.
That was the closest I was gonna get.
Yeah,
he's actually pretty great.
If you were intimately familiar with the limitations of the Animal Crossing character creator as I am, you would know that he's actually done a pretty good job there under the circumstances.
He's a hat designer. He's very intimately familiar.
No, he had a friend do that for him. Remember?
Yeah.
That was
I still think he's lying about that.
I swear, my friend Christy. Shout out to Christy. Thank you. She did the hat for me.
Let's head over and I got a little 90-second trailer here. We were able to find one that wasn't too laced with profanities. So let's go over right now and check out a little bit of Justin's new show, Solar Opposites.
Rated M for mature.
Are we not allowed to talk right now?
Wrong one. That's done. Oh my God, Adam, it's all going wrong. Yes. I'd ask you to.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
I would ask you to please stay your.
Zip your lip.
Look, you do voices on this show as well, right? So we're going to hear your voice no matter what.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I do Corvo, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Let's check out some Solar Opposites.
These genius aliens are smarter than any man. Who knows what game of chess they're playing with us?
Oh, don't throw that out. I can sell it.
It has an unstable gray hole inside.
You're an unstable gray hole.
Nice.
It feels like I'm the only Slorpian who wants to escape this planet.
What up? We're aliens.
Make room at the table. Terry, everyone in the neighborhood hates us.
You boys want some peanut butter cookie?
Oh, she's threatening us. I'm freaking out.
Hey, you guys. Cool headphones. What are you listening to?
This table's for podders only.
I could turn into a pod.
No making pod people or any of that outer limits bullshit.
Why are you dissecting your classmates?
She was mean to us at school.
I'm gonna beat you up really bad.
Whose ass was I gonna kick again?
Just keep doing that until she's cool.
Wow, it really is making her dumber. I can't believe humans drink this stuff.
We can make people like us.
Courtesy of Corvo.
Oh my God, I can feel my legs. These are kind of hard to control.
You're welcome. We may be trapped on this world, on the brink of mass extinction, plagued by a species that destroys the environment, but at least we have each other.
Oh, that's sick!
What'd I miss?
I thought you weren't shrinking kids down anymore.
These are adults. They love it.
Good night, Mr. Janitor.
What are we gonna do? I can't go to prison. I don't have a butthole. How will I smuggle in treats?
You know what I do when I'm out of ideas? Cocaine. And then I get like a million ideas at once.
That's how they do it where we from.
We're unlikable, aren't we? We'll have to build new best friends.
I'm Fun Bucket.
Fun Bucket. I'm Corvo, and this is Terry, and we are your new best friends.
You guys aren't gonna try to me, are you?
No. With them different rippers, microphone gripping it. That's how they do it. Where they from?
Hulu. Go to Hulu.
Hulu.
Check out some Solar Opposites. Where are you in that? Season 1? Is there going to be more? Where are you at with that one?
Season 3 writing is about to start. So season 1 is out. Season 2 is in production, being animated.
Right.
All the episodes have been written and recorded. And season 3 we're about to start writing. So yeah, it's I was very nervous about it, like the second show after Rick and Morty, what's the reaction going to be? It's tonally, because the aliens are all pretty naive, it's a bit different than Rick and Morty. It's not quite as dark. It's performed really well. It kind of, I had no expectations, and critically very well received. And then it's broken a bunch of, records for Hulu, and they're thrilled. So I'm just so happy. I love the show so much. I love the cast, and yeah,
it's really good.
Adam seems to have turned into Morty now, which I think is an easier costume to do.
Oh, that's great. Look at him, Morty. Yeah.
I mean, t-shirt and pants. What more do you need? Susan, just in general, are you in any way? Does sci-fi appeal to you? Do you like to read science fiction and fantasy literature, books, movies? Does that world appeal to you at all creatively?
I like dystopia, and I actually I'm really interested in dystopia, but more probably less straight ahead sci-fi, and a little bit off the sort of mainstream of sci-fi.
What is it about dystopia that you like?
Yeah.
Well,
because we're kind of in one right now. Doesn't that kind of take some of the shine off it?
We're not.
Yeah, I guess so. I just think there are a lot of really, really cool, interesting books and movies that look at that just take the conditions of our world and just kind of put it askew and see how people react to a changed world. I think that's really interesting.
Do you have a favorite book that you would point people towards in that vein?
Well, recently Station 11, which I loved, Emily St. John Mandel. It's really fantastic. I just did something today about Fahrenheit 451, which it's going to be the 100th anniversary of Ray Bradbury's birth.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I guess it's this year. So there's a big Bradbury celebration that's underway. And I think that's kind of a classic. But it's not the genre of literature that I'm most familiar with or kind of gravitate to as much.
Justin, I want to, you touched on it earlier, and we got to talk to you about both your love of and your work in video games. When I first came to visit you some years ago in the old Rick and Morty offices, that was when I first learned that you were also a big gamer and you were heavily into VR, even when VR was still very, very nascent. And now you have this whole company, Squanch Games, and you're developing VR games. I'm going to talk to you in a little bit about specifically and show the trailer for Trover Saves the Universe, which is out now on Oculus Quest. What is it about VR for you? Because I feel like it's still like struggling to get there a little bit. VR, like the promise is there, but we can't quite reach it yet. Are we waiting for the technology to catch up? Like, talk to me about you in VR.
It's caught up. So initially, yeah, it was a bit of a tough sell because the point of entry was fairly expensive. You needed a pretty decent computer, PC, and you needed to buy the headset and so on and so forth. We've gotten to the point now with the Oculus Quest that it's 100% portable now, and it's as good as a tethered experience. You've got the full room scale 6 degrees of freedom on the headset and on the controllers. And those things, they can't keep them in stock. You know, they're marked up online. You know, they're just flying off the shelf. And so the future is bright. They're going to be pushing through and selling a lot more of those headsets. And I always said portability, tetherless, and kind of all in one, everything all built in one, not needing a computer. And then just a decent price point was those were the two things that VR needed to achieve before it would hit critical mass adoption. And I think that we're there with the Quest.
The Quest is the first one to really check all those boxes, right?
Yeah, and it's incredibly successful for them, and they're definitely, there's no doubt that they're going to continue refining and you know, like that's the direction for VR, and I think other companies are going to jump on board. You know, I can't imagine Valve not working on something to compete with the Quest. You know, it's gonna be a big VR is gonna get really big, and I'm excited. I couldn't be more excited. Back in the
go ahead, Justin. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say back in the early days, you know, despite knowing that it was gonna be a bit more niche, I just am so taken with the technology. I'm so inspired by it, and just wanted to make anything I could in that technology, or using that technology, any sort of cool, immersive, narrative-driven, gameplay focused stuff. But as a studio, we're doing traditional games too. Like, it's super exciting. You know, we built the studio because of VR, and now that we have an amazing team, we're making traditional, regular video games as well as really cool VR stuff. So the studio's grown. It's really, really, really exciting.
Do you think we will get to, I'm going to talk to you specifically about Trover and some of the other stuff you're working on, but just generally, because I find it fascinating, do you think we will get to a point where VR is the norm, and the idea of playing games on a flat panel display just seems kind of quaint and old fashioned to us?
No, I think that they're going to be two very different platforms, you know, but who knows? I mean, look, as the screens get higher and higher definition, you know, and you're able to put on a VR headset and actually look at, you know, a giant movie theater screen, you know, who knows, people might be playing their games in there. They might favor that, you know, as long as latency and everything is really good. I really think it's just going to boil down to the power, you know, how powerful are these headsets going to be? Because, you know, right now they're mobile. It's like mobile technology. It's like the Switch, you know. But yeah, I do think I don't think TV's ever going to go away. I think or just flat screen gaming, that stuff's going to live. You know, I can't see that stuff going away.
Susan, have you had any adventures in virtual reality? Have you tried it?
A little bit. And my son had got, oh God, what's it called? The I'm sorry, it's
the
now
HTC Vive.
There's only so many of them. Oculus
Vive.
Rift, HTC VR.
Yeah, the Vive, the HTC Vive.
And,
yeah.
And it was actually, I thought it was really fun, but it was something where I felt like I could play it a couple of times and that was enough.
Right.
But that was also, God, that must have been 6-7 years ago. Is that possible?
Well, no, it would have been.
Yeah,
it would have been in 2006 or 2007. Or sorry, shoot, my bad. What am I saying? It would have been 2016 or 2017, probably.
Oh, okay. So it was a couple of years ago, and I realized that the technology is moving fast, and that what I saw is not what's available now.
I mean, it's largely about software, you know, like getting in there and playing something a couple times, you know, I'm not sure what you played, but there are so many amazing games now in the space. Also, Google Earth is really incredible to just go and explore the planet. You know, there's some really, really incredible stuff that you can do in VR. You know, my thing, though, is there's not enough, in my opinion, there's not enough games that you can just kind of play in bed or play sitting on your couch. You know, I love room scale. I love you know, all the games that you're, you know, like Super Hot or Beat Saber or any of those games where you're standing and you're actually like moving your body and you're interacting in 3D space, room scale. But I also love to just chill on the couch and play stuff in VR. And that's why we made Trover the way it was. Like Trover was like, that was me literally saying like, there's so much great room scale stuff, but I really want an awesome immersive adventure game that I can go travel through all these awesome, cool worlds with a partner that feels alive, that I'm controlling, that's talking to me. But I don't have, and I can do that, you know, just like sitting in bed or laying in bed, or I guess not laying, sitting up in bed or sitting on your couch or sitting, you know, in an office chair or whatever it is, and just enjoying the ride and the gameplay.
Star Trek Bridge Crew was the first one that really clicked for me.
And now you're making
that game's
me want to
amazing.
try it.
Oh, you got. So Justin's right. The Oculus Quest is the best way to get in because there's no cables. You don't have to plug it into a computer. It's super self-contained. I think we basically need to hook you up with a Rick and Morty box set, Justin, and an Oculus Quest, and you will be very happy.
And then I'm ready.
The Valve Index is absolutely stunningly incredible, but you need if you really want to take advantage of it, you need a pretty hefty PC to push it, and you need a decent space in your room to
all the
set
cables.
up
It's a hassle. Yeah.
I mean, I have it set up and I do play it regularly, but the Quest is where I like that. I've been in the Quest. I mean, I almost play that thing every day now, so it's really, really cool, man. I'm excited about the future of VR.
So you've
been playing on it lately?
Quest. I'm playing a thing. Every day I do a thing called Trip. I subscribe to it. It's
oh yeah.
It's so cool, man. It's so neat. And so I do that every day. And then I've been playing this game called Down the Rabbit Hole. That's the most recent thing I've been playing, which is like an Alice in Wonderland kind of thing. And it's really, really cool. Again, that's a game you could play by and large sitting on your couch. You have to get up sometimes. I've had to get up twice. But for the most part, I can just chill on the couch and play. And then Super Hot, I've been playing again. I've just been going back through it. It's so you know, yeah, it is really good. I mean, I have so many games on there, you know, so I kind of just been playing everything, but those are the ones most recently that I've been sinking a lot of time into.
So you are developing your own VR games over there at Squanch, Justin. You mentioned Trover a couple of times. Trover's been out for a little while. It's already been on some of the more popular platforms like PlayStation VR, like Oculus Rift, but it is new on the Quest, so it's going to find a whole new audience. Rather than ask you to describe it, I'm just going to mute the jukebox again right here, and we're going to head over. This time I'm going to play the right trailer. I'm going to get it right this time. Let's watch a little 90 seconds here of Trover Saves the Universe.
Rated M for mature.
This bull. Back to you in the studio, Chuck. You. I don't give a. Ahem. Sorry about that, folks. Clearly, lots of outrage over these dogs.
I want a divorce too, and you're keeping the kids because you don't respect me. You push me, and you push me.
We are the abstainers. Oh, that's what the abstainers look like?
Why can't you just respect that I don't want to rotate my chair? I don't want to be jiggling around.
They look just like the guy who's got the dogs in his eyes causing all this trouble. Shut the up, Trover. No one needs to hear your commentary about everything. I'm gonna eat some piss, drink some piss. All right, and that's how we do it. Let's go.
We must find the crystal of Itacles.
Partner, we gotta find the crystal of Itacles. I have the crystal of Itacles right here.
You son of...
You stupid pieces.
I'm your boss. I'm the one who pays your bills. So I need you to shut the f*** up and do what the f*** I tell you to do.
So yes, Roiland-esque, I think, is the best word that I would use to describe that. Now that it's on the Quest, I think I'm going to have to jump in.
Wait, real quick. I just want to clarify. So the game came out on the Quest last month. It's doing really, really well.
Okay.
It's one of the highest reviewed games on there, shockingly, after a month. And then, but it's also available on Switch, Xbox, and PS4. You can play it in non-VR mode. So like basically sitting on your couch, playing it on a flat screen TV. It plays really, really well that way. It's really fun that way. But if you have a Quest, I personally think that's like the ultimate way to play the game.
I'm gonna get it on the
It's
Quest.
really, really, really cool. Yeah, I would love to. I think you'll really, really like it. It's just going through the worlds and exploring, and it's so neat. To be able to do that in VR.
I want to talk to you. Our musical guests are going to be coming up very short. We've got Danny's Diary coming up soon, and then we're going to play some music for you. We've got an amazing band coming on to play. But before we do that, I want to talk to you, Justin, since I've got you here, about which is my favorite subject in general to talk to people on Animal Talk is, of course, video games, just in general. You have brought your own character here onto the island, but in order to do so, you needed to do a bunch of updating because you hadn't touched Animal Crossing in a while. I think you told me when we talked before that you initially really enjoyed it, but now you started to kind of sloped off of it, or you got bored of it. Like, did Animal Crossing start to lose its appeal for you after a while there?
Animal Crossing killed my parents. No. The problem with it for me, I always, this happens every iteration of Animal Crossing. Like, this happened on the DS one too, or the 3DS one. I mean, I get into it initially, right, and then I start to the grind, or the core loop doesn't really appeal to me that much. It's very sticky in the beginning, and I get into it in the beginning. And I think the thing that really killed it for me was I started going to my friends' islands. Yours is a great example, and just seeing how amazing they were. And I'm just like, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not as organized, and the idea of just designing the island doesn't get me going. And not to mention, I have this incredible backlog of all these really, really, really good games that are much more my speed. Even something like Paper Mario, which I've been playing, is more gripping to me than Animal Crossing. So yeah, I haven't played this in quite a while, and I probably won't after this interview.
Well, I certainly appreciate you diving back in just to make this appearance on Animal Talking. Are you excited about this next generation PlayStation 5 Series X? Have you got your eye on either of those?
Yeah. I mean, if for no other reason, just the load speeds. I mean, being able to stream in levels
that is
instantaneous. A big one. I mean, it's like that's a game. That's an actual next gen game changer. And that developers can actually use, in how they, think about design. I think. Wait. Have you been playing Ghost of Tsushima?
Ghost of Tsushima is. I'm
Ghost
told
of
yeah, you have to do the TS. That's Tsushima.
It's so good, man.
My wife's playing it, and I'm watching her play. It was a little bit of a slow burn for her. She loves these Assassin's Creed games, but it didn't quite click for her right away the way some of those other Assassin's Creed games did. But now it is clicking, and I'm really enjoying it. And it really is a remarkable game.
Oh man, Sucker Punch Studios, the guys that made this game, they are so good. They have my number when it comes to just game design in terms of like the upgrade process, like the way that they dole out these like new upgrades and skills. And I mean, they've been doing it like they've had that down since like their first games, Sly Cooper and stuff. I mean, they're
right.
Just incredible. So yeah, I've been sinking a lot of time into that game. And then a game called Polytopia on the iPhone. Or
that one I don't know. Tell me about that.
It's called The Battle for Polytopia. It's a mobile game, but it's not like one of those like predatory microtrans nightmare games. It's actually the way that they do it is really smart. The monetization is basically you can buy the other tribes, and once you buy them all, you're done. Like, you don't have to pay again. But it's a really cute, well-designed, simple turn-based strategy game. And I cannot recommend it enough. It is so good. I mean, anybody, I don't know. I haven't met a single person that didn't just totally get sucked into it. It's really neat.
What's it called again?
It's called The Battle for Polytopia, or if you just search Polytopia, you'll find it. It's so good. So good, you guys. It's just so good, you guys.
Susan, I'm getting the sense here that even though you said you weren't a big gamer, you do sometimes dabble with games on your phone.
This is a great game.
You know what?
This is a great game. Get it.
I play the only game. I'm going to get it because you're telling me to. But
trust me, you're going to love it. It's very chill. It's not like one of these twitchy, you know, I gotta be, I'm dying, I died. It's not like that, like where you have to have like a bunch of like, you know, tight reflexes and stuff. This is like a relaxing, like you're just trying to dominate the other kingdoms, and it's like really, really beautiful, simple game. All right,
I don't play. I play Words with Friends. I mean, that's.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love it.
And when I'm super bored. And like I'm waiting for my plane to land, I play Bejeweled.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love this game. This is gonna be right up your alley, and I'm not even kidding. You're gonna be way into it.
Oh, good.
So buckle in.
You know, I'm happy to like do something fun. I don't find myself drawn to the idea of playing video games in general. But the little bits that I've done that I like, I can play Bejeweled for like a really sick amount of time.
Oh my God, all those.
Do you ever play Tetris? You ever played Tetris at all?
No, I never have.
Oh boy! What are we doing here?
The next thing, Oculus Quest, Justin. We got to get her onto Tetris Effect.
Yeah, Tetris Effect. Tetris Effect. Come on, what are we doing here?
Yes, it's like.
Oh my God! All I'm trying to do is read books, and you guys are trying to.
We're a bad influence. We're a bad influence on you.
You can read in the Oculus Quest.
Oh my God! No, this is horrible.
you could be sitting on a beach.
No, you could,
reading a book.
Sitting on a
it'll take you to another world.
Yeah, you could be on a beach. It's beautiful. I mean, that's the cool thing about the Quest, and especially, you know, in the future iterations. You know, I can't imagine they wouldn't bump the resolution, but you know, just imagine like sitting on the beach and reading a beautiful book. Or you could be anywhere, you know. You could be in a post-apocalyptic hellscape, you know, like reading
anywhere
one of those
you want to be.
Post-apocalyptic books. Yeah,
absolutely.
It'd be amazing.
Very meta.
I'm telling you, just get it.
Well, all right.
Okay, Susan, we are gonna make a gamer out of you. Yeah, this is Justin and I's new project. We're gonna make it work.
Yeah,
we're gonna do it.
Let's not call
it's
it a
good
gamer.
because I have so much free time. I'm gonna. This is really. Oh my God. I am going to slip out before you bring on your musical group, just because.
I know it's late on your end. It's very late on your end. You're on the East Coast. It's coming up to midnight, and I was actually about to say for both of you. If you do need to make a graceful exit, your opportunity is coming right up, because we're about to show a little video. And while that's happening, we're going to fly in our Canadian rock band. Justin, I know you said you didn't want to stay up too late either. You are, of course, welcome to sit around and enjoy the music. But if you need to go,
I'm gonna stick around for a little bit. I want to see how the music stuff. I'm curious to see all that.
Me too.
But I will probably have to take off because I still have a bunch of work stuff I need to wrap up, and then an early day tomorrow. But that's not fun for anybody, right, to hear about? Like, who cares? But yeah, so I'll stick around for a bit.
So here's what we're going to do. Just to intro this for those who may not be familiar, Danny Trejo was a wonderful guest on our show back on season 1. And he loves Animal Crossing, and he loved being on the show so much that he actually accepted our offer to stick around and become our regular Animal Crossing correspondent. And on a regular basis, Adam goes over to his island, and Danny takes him around and shows him, you know, what's happening on Trejo's, his island, and introduces him to his neighbors and catches him up on the gossip, and they go fishing and they catch butterflies, and it's delightful. It's just absolutely adorable. And we've done 2 episodes so far. They've been very, very popular. And now we've recently recorded Adam returned from Trejo's with his most exciting travelogue yet. Joined.
I brought a friend.
He brought a friend, a special surprise guest. Now, what's going to happen is...
Oh, shit.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's all popping off on this show. We're going to show this. It's an 8-minute video. It's the latest episode of Danny's Diary. While that's happening, Susan is going to make a graceful exit, and the Elwins are going to fly in. If we pull this off, this is all going to happen like magic. So I'm going to go ahead now and go over to monitor 2, and I'm going to invite you all, Justin as well, to please enjoy the latest episode of Danny's Diary.
Goodbye and thank you.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, what's up, Adam?
Look at that. You came to get me at the airport.
Absolutely. I've got 8 dogs. John Wesley Harding. I got Penny Lane, Sergeant Pepper. I got the Duke. I've got Liam, and I've got Zeke and Raven.
Those names are incredible.
I'm overwhelmed with cuteness.
Right now, they're all laying on the couches, and they're not supposed to be on the couch.
None of them?
None of them. And if you say couch, they all look up like, yeah, we're on it.
Yeah, I'm dressed as a wizard. Is that okay?
Oh, cool. Give me those shoes, Dorothy.
Oh my goodness, Danny, your taco stand is amazing.
Oh, you haven't seen my restaurant yet.
Here, Danny, this is for you to wear while you go fishing.
Oh, cool.
Fisherman shirt.
Nice.
And a tackle box for carrying around your bag.
Tonopah means hook 'em up.
This is a special present for you. Shannon, here's a special present for you.
Is it medicine? Should I open it?
Yeah.
Oops, I dropped it.
What is it, Danny?
I'm trying to see. I don't know. It is a golden fishing rod.
What did you get, Shannon?
An old tire.
I'm kidding. There you go.
No, I'm keeping it because I really do need it.
Okay.
I can't get over the fishing rod.
You know what? I've had enough of your shit. He wrapped an old boot, Danny. You know, Gary's not here, and now Adam is taking out what Gary puts on me. Will you hit him with your net?
Golden fishing rods.
No.
Wow, we're turning into island violence.
So you're going to take us to your favorite fishing spot?
Well, first I'm going to take us to anger management.
I recognize this guy right here.
Hey.
It's the best item in the game.
It's pretty
beautiful.
great.
Come on, see my restaurant.
I'm dying to see it.
We have a boxing ring now.
Oh, wow.
This is for our anger management.
Okay, let's wrestle.
No, it's also good for sunbathing.
On to the restaurant.
Look at how cute I run. I'm telling you every time. Oh, how cute.
It's adorable. The arms flailing really takes it to that new level.
Trejo's restaurant. Have to put on our mask.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, I
wait.
can't change while transformed.
Yeah, same. I'm going to revert.
Oh, no. Now you're going to see what I was wearing before.
That's for the boot you wrapped up.
You love to see it.
And we're keeping social distance. We have tables 6 feet apart.
This is great.
We can come back here for lunch.
I'd love that.
When the world goes back to normal and we get to come down to LA next.
Dinner's on me. We've got 7 restaurants, so we can eat at every restaurant, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I get to eat for free, so it's on me.
What a deal. I think beforehand, you should also take me to one of the shelters or the youth places that you help out at.
You can come with us to pass out food. That'd be awesome. You too, Shannon.
Danny, I would love to come anytime.
I answer the door on Halloween with it. It's a mask of meat, machete. And I'll answer the door. Hey, what's up, kid? Hey, it's you.
A mask is a mask.
That's a prisoner mask. That's nice.
That's a nice prisoner mask.
It is. The studs were well made.
Okay, let me change first.
I think the great white shark would like that. My little baseball area, but it's actually just to relax.
Danny, this is the closest I've been to a bar since March, and I love it.
What are we going to give him today? He's afraid of bugs.
He's hateful.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh, I like this rainbow one.
Tilapia. Yeah, they're in the rivers right now.
Tilapia, you can eat that at Coco's. The great white shark has a special tank because he doesn't play well with others.
The sucker fish always swim like right underneath them like that.
Yeah, they latch on. Wait till the shark comes. He'll be coming back. He's really photogenic.
And perfect. Shannon, that eye is something else.
You know,
I got bit by wasps before too, Shannon, so don't feel bad.
it happens to me like every day.
Tell her what you did after you got bit by wasps.
I bit them back. We ate wasps.
No wasp dares bite Danny Trejo.
Yeah, they learned quick. Guys, I'm getting medicine in this store.
Oh, she's about to take her medicine.
Now she's a #1 stunner.
Come on.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
He's ready.
Oh.
He's got that tackle box.
Yeah.
Ready to rock and roll. It's our little like custom designed playground. It's, you know, because it's like if we had kids, you just leave them there and go fishing.
Perfect.
I love this tile.
It's Spanish tile.
It's beautiful.
Custom.
Custom, baby.
Oh my god.
Oh, is this your dog? Hey, bud. Hey, buddy.
Not a real good watchdog. He watches all the time. But doesn't. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Let's go, guys. We got him. I told you. This is what I spend my time. This is what relaxes me. This is Freddie the Fish. He gets fed, so he's not really hungry. Don't feed the fish, because then they're not hungry. You can't catch them.
When you caught that big great white, did it have a big fin sticking out?
Yeah, absolutely. That's how I knew it was a big white.
Did it look a little like this?
Yeah. Hey, hold on. What do we got now?
Whoa, what's that?
It's a puffer fish. These are actually very, very poisonous if you eat them.
Why would you want to catch it then?
Because you can trade it in.
You taking a break?
We hard day of fishing.
We just started fishing.
Hey, Sherb.
Hey, what's up? He's our buddy.
Do you like Sherb?
They're all like cool.
He just told me he's definitely not a spy.
He always does. And then also I like Flo.
Flo is the one with the bedroom eyes, right?
Yes. Very good. You remember stuff. Watch out, because if you watch her blink her eyes, you'll be hypnotized.
Who was the one with the nice eyelashes?
Gloria. Yeah, there she is. Watch her blink.
She seems very happy to be here.
She's always. I mean, it was a great island.
Yeah, except the owl's never happy.
But the owl, he needs therapy. It's so weird. He's always asking who. There's Flo. Hi, Flo.
And this guy.
Mandy.
She say his name is Mandy?
Which one are you talking about? Oh, yeah, no, that's it. My dog's name's Mandy.
Oh, this is going to be a sea bass, isn't it?
Always.
Oh, we'll see what we got here.
Oh.
That's a red snapper. Very, very good. Cooked fresh at my restaurant.
Hey, there's that ice cream hat that you gave him.
Yes, he liked that, actually.
It's a great poop/ice cream hat.
Well, I've got great taste in poop.
Who's this angry guy over here?
Oh, that's my new guy.
Danny, have you asked him about the gloves? Because it's suspicious.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? He's a fighter. He's a boxer.
Hang on, let me change the outfit before we get to the West Coast. West Coast, this seems appropriate.
Perfect.
Where in the West Coast are you going? That's my pineapple hat.
Let's go for a swim.
Hey, trunks.
So, of course, as we come back, we're not quite there yet. We almost got everyone onto the island. Justin, by the way, if you're still there, did you have a chance to enjoy that premium content?
No, I couldn't hear it or see it.
You didn't miss much.
I love Danny Trejo though. He's
awesome. The best. Here's as our last musical guest flies in. We're going to get there. As you can see, they're flying in right now. I can reveal to you that video that you just saw, that 8-minute episode 3 of Danny's Diary, was in fact a truncated cut that we did for the live show. There is in fact an extended 14-minute director's cut of that, where where many more adventures I had, and Adam and Danny and Shannon all go swimming together. I'm dropping that link into the chat right now. We just published it moments ago on the YouTube channel, and you'll be able to go check that out right now. If you want to go see the 14-minute Danny's Diary, episode 3, the extended super duper box set cut, then that is where you are going to want to be. And let me just go back. I'm just now back checking in on the set. see our lights are ready. We don't have any actual band members on the set yet, which is probably something we should have if we're going to have music on the set. We probably do want to have some musicians. Hopefully, we'll be moving them into position very shortly. I think they're going to be barreling down the stairs right now. Adam, please put away the sunfish. It's just going to get in the way of the musical artistes that we're about to have on the show here. Let's see if we can get them on there. Are they coming down the stairs? Have they gone into the kitchen? Oh, here they are. Here they come right now. Let's get.
Whoa! Look at that.
Here they come. Here come the Elwins, and very glad we are to have them too. Justin, are you ready for some live music? We're going to put on a little concert right here. Okay, all right, we're going to do it. Oh my God. We have a whole band set up for them over here. We have a guitar, which you cannot hold, but you can kind of stand next to, looking good. We have a microphone for our vocalist. We have a drum kit, and of course, a keyboard. And once we have all 4 of our band members in position here, I think they're going to have to play kind of musical chairs a little bit within the limitations. Here, let me move out of the way here so we can get everyone over here.
Oh my God, there's so many people.
Oh my God,
here.
this is very tricky. Let's get them up here. Let's be honest. This was never going to work. This was never going to work the way that we wanted to. We're trying. Like, I think we actually have them. I think we have them all. Do we have them all in position? Do we have everybody? We have a keyboard player. We have a drummer, we have a vocalist, and our poor guitarist is stuck with the tambourine because that's the best we can do for them within Animal Crossing. But I'm very, very glad to have this act on the show tonight. The Elwins, an incredible 4-piece Canadian indie rock band who have flown all the way from the frozen tundra of Canada to the beautiful sun-kissed island of Kauai. It looks like you're all in position. So I'm just going to say, without further ado, please take it away, the Elwins.
I'm looking like a lost and lonely creature, trying to learn it all without a teacher. Will I find a way? Nah, you seem to have a way with your direction. Put me on course with your correction, and we'll get away. Can you take me all the way? Can you take me all the way? I've got to get there today. I've got no place to stay. Can you take me all the way? I made a little mess with my money. Gotta get my tea with some honey. Will I find a way? Sickly sweet confection. Add a little heat to this connection, and we'll get away. Can you take me all the way? Can you take me all the way? I've got to get there today. I've got no place to stay. Can you take me all the way? See what sticks. I don't wanna die, I wanna live. I don't wanna die, I wanna live. Live a little now till she quits. I don't wanna die, I wanna live. 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 Can you take me all the way? Can you take me all the way? I've
away.
Wow. The Elwins.
Yeah.
The Elwins, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring the lights up. I love it. That's the first time we've ever had an entire 4-piece band on the show. We got all 4 of them here, all the way from Canada. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Justin, I don't know what your musical tastes are. Was that your cup of tea?
Sadly, I couldn't hear it, but I'm going to check them out after the show.
We will send you a YouTube link that will enable you to enjoy that at your leisure.
I'll find them on Spotify. Also, Widow's Peak's new album just came out. That's pretty. I just found out.
Okay, all right.
That's
all kinds of
exciting.
musical recommendations.
Yeah.
On the show tonight. I'm not sure if all the Elwins are going to stick around because they're actually going to do another song at the very end here. But I believe I am joined, and feel free, please, to take a seat on the couch. I believe I am currently joined live by. Well, let me say, I got the wrong window open here. Give me 1 second to get my shit together. This is a live show, and things often
just walk into the arm.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Sitting on a couch is not as easy as it should be. You got to kind of walk into the arm of the chair. And you will eventually sit down. There you go. We got it.
Oh, I should move so you can sit closer.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys want to swap places?
Let me move here.
Traditional talk show
get
tradition.
Out of the way.
No. Okay, Leah, let's get you in position A, and then Justin, you can sit next to him on the couch. Otherwise, it's harder for me to see you all.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
There we go. We got you.
All right. There we are.
Matt Sweeney of the Elwins. I believe I'm joined right now live by the Elwins. Matt Sweeney. How are you, Matt?
I'm doing great. It's great to be here on the show.
I'm sorry to keep you so waiting. We said we'd get you on sometime after 8 o'clock. You came on closer to 9. We've been dealing with some particular technical difficulties tonight, as I'm sure you saw. But we got you on in the end, and I think it was worth the wait. That was terrific. Thank you for that.
Absolutely. It's fantastic to be here. I love rocking out in your basement. It's beautiful down here.
How long has the Elwins been a band?
We've been a band for a while, like I would say 7.5 years or so. Travis, our drummer, and I. Travis is the one with the disheveled hair and the plaid shirt, just sort of waving his arms in the corner there. I don't know if you guys can see him, but
we can see him. We can see him all.
Okay, yeah. So Travis and I met in high school, and Ferd also. He's got the mustache. He's in the corner, sort of creepily watching you. Oh, yep. And we all met in high school, and then Frankie sort of joined later, and it's been a long, fun journey that has led us here.
And you are the lead vocalist?
Frankie and I both share singing duties. So the 2 songs we're doing, I'm singing. So for the night, I'll take that title.
Does that make you the boss of the? Are you the top man? Are you the boss of the band?
Who's the boss?
I mean,
who's the boss? I'm always trying to start shit on this. I'm always trying to start shit on this show. Honestly,
you guys split publishing royalties equally.
Yeah. Who gets paid the
most? We actually do split everything equally, but it's at the end of the day, I think it's me. I mean, I don't know.
You hear that, guys?
It's debatable. I have a mic. That's all I'm gonna say. So,
I think I said this the other day when maybe it was when you were doing a soundtrack. It's like I go back to like whenever Bon Jovi was in a garage band, like just getting started, and they're sitting around like talking about what to call the band, and John Bon Jovi says, "I've got an idea, Bon Jovi." Like, wouldn't you just like immediately the other band members go like, "What?" Well, like Van Halen, like I don't know. I guess, you could have called it. Did you argue could you have been called Sweeney at one point? That would be a cool name for a band too.
That is not something we have discussed, Gary, but like, I'm happy to bring it up.
I mean, anything that I can do to start some trouble in the band. I'm going to drop some links into the chat right now. If you liked that song that they just played, "Take Me All the Way," my goodness, what a great song. Here's the actual music video. And you have we always fulfill the talk show social contract here and allow you to kind of pimp your wares when you come on the show. You do have a new album called 4, the Roman numeral 4, to be released September 18th, 2020. There's the website to the Elwins where you can find out more about that album. What kind of what are you up to on that album? Is it I'm the worst music interviewer in the world. I have no idea about music.
Yeah, you're doing it.
I'm going to try to sound one like that. Let's try to sound one like that. Like Matt Sweeney.
What are you up to on that album?
Does this fourth album recommend? I've got no idea what I'm doing. I can talk to Justin about sci-fi and video games. I can't talk to you about music. Do you remember when we had? Listen, the last time we had a musician on this show, I challenged him to music trivia and got destroyed. Sting destroyed me at music trivia, and it was very embarrassing for me. I didn't enjoy that at all. Matt, okay, so how many? Is it called 4 because it's your 4th album? Why is it called 4?
It's called 4 because it is our 4th album, and we are 4 boys. And I don't know. It's an album where we made it ourselves. We recorded it ourselves in our own studio, and Ferd produced it. And he's the guy over there with the mustache. And so it just sort of made sense. It's chronologically the 4th, and yada yada. And we all have 4 toes too. So.
Well, I mean, it's all lining up, isn't it? And were you trying to do anything differently on this album? Does this? I swear, I'm trying so hard right now. Does this
You're
4th album?
Go past that?
Does
this
all
album
have 4
is
toes?
I know.
You only have 4 toes.
I'm listening. Justin, help me out here.
This new album, they didn't use actual music instruments. It's all household objects, just like what the Who tried to do, or Pink Floyd tried to do. Sorry, Pink Floyd tried to do. They actually pulled it off.
Yeah. So we all only have 4 toes. None of us have any little. I don't know what you call the little toes, the fingers of the feet, but
it's a pinky toe, right? Just like it's a pinky finger.
Well, you know how you.
I don't know what you do up in Canada. In America,
what are people doing?
The big toe. What's its name?
The big toe. You just did it.
Mr. Big
We
Toe.
have 4 big toes.
It's called Daddy Toe.
I think this is why they invented
Daddy Toe, where are you?
I don't know how hard it is.
This is why they. I think this is why they came up with the little piggies, right? Because the one that went to market and the one that ate roast beef.
Yeah,
that's how you.
We needed children to remember the toe names.
Yeah, I guess in a way it's sort of like
important.
that, right? But in it kind of different too. But
all right, this is what happens when I try to interview musicians.
I have 4 toes.
Do you, Justin?
Yes.
Like total?
Do you also have more than that?
I sold one of them. I sold my one of my toes. I sold one of my toes and made a killing.
Who's in the market for a toe?
Anyone interested?
A lot of people,
There's a guy with a
like
briefcase.
Toes.
Yeah.
And we have 4 to offer. That's all I'm here just to sort of spread the word. It's the album's 4.
Toes for sale.
Is it possible
Fresh
that you're all selling your toes to the
Fresh
same
off
guy?
the
I don't
foot.
know.
Yeah, there's a guy
open
with
to
a briefcase
that.
of money.
And he's buying toes for big money.
Toes for sale. Get
there's
your
different
toes.
formats of toes. We can make movies. We have an album of toes. We're making a few music videos too. But
Yes.
there's a lot of revenue streams. People don't know this. People don't know.
Toes are big. Toes are big. It's the next big thing. Invest in toes.
Big toes are big.
If you can buy a couple toes from somebody, do it.
But I was asking a serious question there. I was saying we have 4 toes, and in my mind I thought 4 big toes. I don't know if you guys thought that, but
no, I just assumed that one of the regular toes was missing.
Yeah,
because I feel like there's a lot of ambiguity with which toe you're referring to in like the English language, or at least like in common language that we speak every day. Because on my hand I would go my thumb. You know what I'm talking about?
That's right.
My finger, my middle finger,
You're right.
My ring finger, and my pinky finger.
Yes, but there isn't a uniform system like that for toes.
That's what I'm getting at.
Well, there's daddy toe, mommy toe.
Which toe did you think I was talking about? I've
been with you the whole time.
Okay.
I'm with you on this, Matt. I honestly don't.
And are you curious too? Are you impregnated with wonder as well? About
I've got to be honest. No.
Okay, that's fine. That's cool.
I always thought this is what the piggies were for. That's how I know. This, the one that went to the market, the one that stayed home, the one that ate roast beef, the one that had none, and the one that went squee, squee, squee all the way home. That's how you identify.
What are you talking about?
What, you don't have that?
So,
what kind of cultural wasteland is it up there?
Well,
you're pulling my leg when you tell me you don't have that, right?
We have that. We have that. I guess.
Okay.
This little pig, this toe went to the market. This toe went to the thing. I know that, and yeah, I don't know.
So the person in chat, Kzenny, who just called this the Toe Night Show, I got to give you credit for that. Thank you very much. Very, very good.
Toe time. Regular segment.
This is going off the rails faster than I can keep up with it.
Toe time today on the show. We're going to talk about toes.
Yeah. Somebody
Justin,
also mentioned that this does very much feel like something you would see on intergalactic cable. Maybe not quite.
That's what my video game is like. My Trover is kind of like an interdimensional cable.
Chaotic.
God, you're good at this, Justin. And now available on Oculus Quest.
It's on Oculus Quest. Pick it up, punk. Sorry.
I gotta wrap this show up, but before we do, the Elwins are actually going to perform for us again. They brought not one song, but two. So Matt, if you wouldn't mind taking your place again over at the microphone here, we'll get the Elwins back into position. I will redrop the lights. We'll get everyone ready to go. I will mute the jukebox because as I am wont to do. Is everyone in position? Are you guys ready to play?
We're ready to roll.
All right, ready to play. All right.
Rock and roll.
One more time, please. Take it away, the Elwins.
She's got such a pretty face, yeah, casting quite a shimmer from the windowsill. Her smile painted porcelain and perfect complexion told me from behind the glass it feels like I'm living in hell. The weight of the world, the weight of it all, breaking your frame, it's breaking the fall. You've got the weight of the world, the weight of it all, keeping you down and making you crawl. Supposed to be his father's soldier, told he had to be a man prepared to kill. Slowly molded into major depression, told me from behind the gun, feels like I'm living in hell. The weight of the world, the weight of it all, breaking your frame, what's breaking the fall. You've got the weight of the world, the weight of it all, keeping you down and making you crawl. She's got such a pretty face, yeah, told he had to be a man prepared to kill. We all got some questions and I don't have an answer, but take it easy on yourself, take it easy on yourself, please. You've got the
good. Thank you so much. For Elwins. My goodness. Justin, I don't know. I'm not going to ask you what you thought of that because I know you're not in life. I am going to get you the YouTube link. Don't worry. I'm sure you'll find.
It's like Scent of a Woman from with
there you
what's
go.
his name?
There you go.
Remember he's blind.
I only too well.
Remember he's blind.
I totally forgot that I let Susan out of here without asking her to tell a bad joke, and I know that she brought one as well. I feel bad for I feel bad for us that we missed that. Justin, I'm almost afraid to ask, but did you bring a joke?
Yeah, you want to hear it?
Yes, please. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. Do I?
You might not. It's terrible.
I mean, I guess I won't know until after the fact. All right,
It's garbage.
I'm listening.
Here we
Well, that's
go.
what we. I mean, that is what we want.
That's the point, right?
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely
And
the
hopefully
point.
this one. Hopefully this one hasn't already been told because it's made the rounds, but it's real crap.
All right, I'm going.
Okay. Why did the Scarecrow get a promotion?
I don't know. Why did the Scarecrow get a promotion?
Because he was outstanding in his field.
You know what? It's a good joke. I mean, that is the level that we do want on the show. Matt Sweeney, did you by any chance bring a bad joke?
I've got a joke. Yep. So did you hear about the Scarecrow who got an award just last week?
Wait, are we seriously doing 2 Scarecrow jokes?
Whoa, Scarecrows!
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Scarecrows!
I've got a third one too.
Okay. Did I hear about the Scarecrow who got an award? Wait, hold on a minute.
Did you hear about the Scarecrow that got an award just last week?
No, I didn't.
He got an award for being outstanding in his field.
Wait a minute.
Wait, what?
It's the same.
That's the
different framing, but same.
And
I mean,
here's the second part.
Same
Here's the
thing.
second
Oh, okay.
part.
Wait, hold on. There's a second part.
Yeah, it's a bit of a story. It's a tale.
Here we go. Can't wait.
Because I actually got to meet the Scarecrow.
Okay.
So I got an opportunity to meet the Scarecrow, who is
Was he a
outstanding in
creep?
his field, and I said, "Dude, this is amazing! Congrats on the award! I heard about it." And he said, "Hey, it's in my genes."
My God.
Oh my God! This Scarecrow is a son of a.
Hold on.
The Scarecrow's a son of a bitch.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. This might be the new bottom for comedy on this show.
Hang on.
What?
Let's not call it the new bottom until we hear my joke.
Oh, you have one?
Oh, great.
I'm trying to get out of here. All right, okay, Adam, go ahead.
What is a cow's favorite newspaper?
I don't know.
Who knows? These cows today. Wait, what?
The Daily Moose.
Oh my god! I think this might be it for the show. I don't.
I live for the pain.
This might be it for Animal Talking. In the same way that after T-Pain was on the show, I'm like, how can we possibly top this? I'm now having the opposite feelings. Oh my god!
T-Pain's the best.
He was amazing. You should. I
love him.
If I had to
Hey, he
submit
did a
one
song-
show for an award,
It
would be that one.
The T-Pain.
Oh,
Yeah, he did a song for Trover. He made a song.
Did he really?
did a full. Yeah, and we made a music video for it. Animator that goes by Tierra Y animated it, and it's really incredible. Check it out on YouTube. It's the T-Pain Trover song. And don't be stupid. Don't be dumb about it. Just go look for it. You
Just
know
go
what I'm
look
saying?
at it. And I understand that Trover Saves the Universe is recently out on Oculus Quest.
It's out on everything. Just pick it up, brah. It's a good game.
Sega Genesis?
It's on the Sega Genesis and the TurboGrafx 16. Just came out.
God, I feel so bad that we didn't get Susan's joke because I feel like she might have actually had a good one. But never mind, you know, they can't, not all these joke sessions can be winners. I do want to, before I'm just about to wrap up now, before I say goodnight, I just want to give you a little bit of an alert. And oh yes, of course, please don't go anywhere because we always raid at the end of the channel. Kate Stark behind the scenes has already found an excellent channel for us to raid. We're going to be doing that right after the show in just a few minutes. next week we typically, I think we always have done, announce next week's guests at the end of the current show. And tonight's no different. There's something a little bit different, though, actually. We are doing something a little bit different. We usually do announce all of our guests ahead of time, but we're not going to do that on this occasion.
Nope.
Keep you guessing, Justin.
Not today.
One of our guests next week is going to be a special mystery guest who will not be. You will not know who they are until they actually show up on the show. And we're doing that because it's a very, very special guest, and you'll see why we're doing it that way.
Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen, is it? Is it gonna be? No.
Oh my God. But I can tell you who is. But I can tell you who is going to be on the show alongside our special mystery guest. We will be joined by God of War director Cory Barlog, the creator or leader of the team of one of the best PlayStation games ever made.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty cool.
Staying with the PlayStation theme, we will have Laura Bailey and Ashley Johnson. Yes, Ellie and Abby from The Last of Us.
Oh, they're the best.
We'll be here on the couch together.
Yeah, they're awesome. This is great stuff, huh?
I'm telling you, premium content all day long, Justin. Laura Bailey, a.k.a. Abby from The Last of Us Part 2, and Ashley Johnson, Ellie from The Last of Us Part 2. They might be mortal enemies in real life, but in the game. But in real life, they are super good friends, and it's going to be exciting to have them both on the couch together next week. Very, very much looking
Pretty good
forward.
Game.
Have you played it, Justin? Last of Us Part 2?
Yeah. It's great.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I finished it. I really got excited for what I thought was going to be a specific third act that didn't happen. But other than that, I thought it was great.
Yeah, we thought it was great too. We really enjoyed it, and I look forward to talking to Ashley and Laura about it next week. And yes, special mystery guest. I guarantee you, when you see who it is, you're going to go, "Oh my God, that's pretty cool." But that's pretty much about it for tonight. As always, of course, I want to thank everyone who makes the show possible and all of our wonderful guests tonight. I'm bummed I didn't get to say goodnight to her before she left. I'll talk to her tomorrow. The wonderful Susan Orlean, the talented and very, very nice Justin Roiland, all of the members of the Elwins for playing their wonderful music tonight. And, of course, everyone who helps makes the show possible. My wife, Leah Witter, Kate Stark, Adam Nickerson, all of our mods. We love you all. Can't wait to be back again with you next week. Thank you for watching Animal Talking, and good night.
We did it.